Number one for new music and all the hits, 99.5 Play FM. Hey, oh, sweet world, what's happening? What's going on? You got a ton here of the On The Go show only on 99.5 Play FM. I hope you're having a great day, which, by the way, is about to get better as we have one of the members of a band for sure you grew up with. You had all their hits on repeat growing up and even until today. A band that the first time they hit up the Philippines, I was set to go to a family trip out of the country and I wanted to stay, was forcing my mom to just, leave me here, let me watch these guys play. Sadly, I missed it, but here we are today. Childhood idols, childhood heroes. They gave us the hits like I'm just a kid, I'd do anything. Welcome to my life, Addicted, even gracing us with the new music that for sure will be instant classics like Ruin My Life. Congratulations, and their latest Wake Me Up. Plus, I heard they got a new album in the works, which we'll ask him about in just a few. Let's welcome to the show, Pierre of Simple Plan. Hey, man.
What's up, man? Thank you for such an amazing introduction. I appreciate all the kind words.
How are you doing? How's the band?
I'm doing great. I just got back from Mexico. We did 4 shows in Mexico last week, and then I went to Montreal. I did a TV show there, and I just got back last night. And I'm home for about 2 weeks, and then we're back on the road again. So it's interesting. We've been stuck at home for so long, and now we're like hitting it in overdrive. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, how's it been? Like it's been 2 or 3 years, I think, thanks to COVID, that you guys had no live shows. So how does it feel like to be back on the road?
It's awesome. It's really good. Yeah, we spent 2 years. So our last tour, so to speak, was like a tour that we did with Bowling for Soup in the UK, and that was in February 2020, right before everything shut down. So it's been over 2 years now. We did one show in Chicago last year. That was it. So it was kind of nice to take a break, I've been touring since I was 17. Obviously, I'm not happy for the pandemic, but taking a forced break has give us a bit of perspective and give us a newfound appreciation and remind us how cool it is what we do. We played these shows in Mexico last weekend, and being on stage was like, oh my God, this is so fun. We haven't done it in so long, because when you do it all the time, you kind of like, it becomes, you lose that luster a little bit. So to be forced to not be allowed to do this for so long has really made it. I think it's going to make it even more special when we get to go back out again.
What was the first show like your first time back on stage after the pandemic?
The first one that we did was last year with Chicago Riot Fest. It was like in October or something like that. And we were really nervous because we hadn't played together in a long time. And you kind of forget, like, am I going to be able to do this? And also, all of us in the band have kids. So my life at home is very different than Pierre from Simple Plan. It's like, it's dad, I make lunches, I nag kids to make their bed, I take them out on bike rides, I take them to school. So to shift back to Pierre, wild man on stage, at first it was like, oh my God, do I still have this in me? And then sure enough, you play a couple of songs and it just comes back like you're like riding a bike, so it's been really fun.
Hey, by the way, congratulations on the new single, Wake Me Up When the Nightmare's Over. Can you take us back to the day when you guys were working on the song? Like, how different was the first day, like you guys wrote the song from the final mix compared to the final mix?
So this song, it was one of the first songs. I think it might have been even the first song that we wrote for this album that we felt like, okay, this is a good one. We should keep this one. I remember it was at my house, my other house that I moved since then. But it was another house I lived in San Diego, and I was in the studio and I was messing around and came up with the riff, and then I kind of like just put it together and I sang this chorus, and I didn't really have the words yet, and it was just like, yeah, this is over. I was like, that sounds really cool. And then finally, after a couple of days, I was like, it sounds like I'm saying wake me up when this nightmare is over. So I took that and brought it to Chuck, and then we kind of built all the pieces to the song. I demoed it out, played drums, programmed drums, played guitar, played bass, did all that stuff. And I played it for the band, and the whole band loved it. So we went and recorded it. And I think the difference between then and now is that it just sounds a lot better. It was recorded, you know, by the guys and real drums and a good studio and a good vocal take. So yeah, just one of those songs. It's cool that it really was like the starting point of this record, you know?
Okay. How are you guys feeling when the song came out? Like the first time you heard it on the airwaves or online, do you guys still get nervous about releasing new music after all these years?
We always get a little bit nervous. You know, you want, and what's crazy now is that you have instant feedback. You know, you used to put a song out and maybe the following week or so, you'd hear from the record label saying like, yeah, it's kind of lukewarm, or yeah, people are loving it, you know? But now you put it out and within minutes, you have the comment section on your YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. So you know exactly how people are liking it. So it's a little nerve-wracking. However, I feel like this album, I have never felt so confident that if you like Simple Plan, you're gonna love this record. You know, I feel like it really feels genuine and true, and it feels like authentic Simple Plan. And I think that I'm proud of it, and I love the way it sounds. I love the mixes. I love everything about it. And yeah, I'm less nervous than I have been in the past. I think people are gonna love this record.
Okay, so we have what now? Three singles from the
we released
upcoming
four
album?
songs so far. I don't know if what are called singles or not, but we released the first song was called The Antidote, came out last year in November, and then we had Ruin My Life, which is the one featuring Derek from Sum 41. Then we put out Congratulations a few weeks ago, which I love that song. More pop punk, faster, more aggressive. And then Wake Me Up When This Nightmare's Over just came out, and I think that's an official single in certain places. Yeah.
Okay. What can we expect from this new album, and when can we expect it to come out?
It's coming out May 6th, and I think it really represents to me, it's not something that will catch you off guard in a bad way. I think that, you know, like sometimes bands, including myself, we put out some stuff in the past where we're trying to reinvent ourselves. We're trying to do stuff that's going to be outside the box. And even though as an artist, that's a cool exercise and it's fun, let's face it, when I listen to a brand new, I don't know, Coldplay record or a U2 album or an AC/DC album, I want it to be a great song, but I want it to sound like the band that I love. I want it to sound like U2 or Green Day. I want it to sound like Green Day. So I think that we've accomplished that with this record. The record sounds like Simple Plan. It doesn't sound like what the hell happened here, you know? So I think fans will appreciate that.
Any more collaborations on the album besides the Derek Whibley one?
Yeah, we're working on that right now. We're still trying to piece them together. I think when the album comes out, there might be a couple more, but we also want to, like, you know, have people sing on certain singles and have like a re-release thing, make something special. But yeah, we're actually talking to a few people right now about collaborating on some songs.
Okay, so how was working on this latest album, Harder Than It Looks, versus the first record you guys put out, which just turned 20 years old? Happy birthday to that. No pads, no helmets, just balls. Yeah. How different has the band's process changed throughout the years? The first record versus the sixth studio album?
In a lot of ways, the process hasn't changed. I think that, you know, obviously you look at the span of time that's happened since then and now, and it's a lot of years. It's 2 decades. A lot of stuff has happened. However, I still feel like the same guy. When I try to write a song, it doesn't feel all that different. I feel like I'm grabbing the guitar and I'm trying to come up with a cool lyric or a cool melody, and I'm basically trying to write something that I think I would love, you know, when I would listen to it. Now, unfortunately for me, I'll never know what that feels like, because I know these songs so deeply. By the time they're written, I can't know what a fresh listen would give me. But yeah, so I feel like this record is it's a good representation of that.
Okay, now let's go through your TikTok, Simple Plan's TikTok account, which now has over 1 million followers. Who usually comes up with things, or to post, or trends to do, or is it a group effort?
We do it all together, and I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes we have a little secret weapon person that helps us out, because it's hard to keep up with all these things at the same time, right? So we have this girl. Her name is Ariel. And she's like, hey guys, here's a new trend. You should jump on that, do that. And we're trying to have fun with it. You know, I think at first we were a little bit reluctant to jump on board. You feel a little bit outside of your comfort zone, you know. But the more that we do it, it's fun. It makes people laugh, and it really does do amazing things. Like if you look at the I'm Just a Kid challenge that went, you know, the I'm Just a Kid hashtag has over like 4 or 5 billion impressions. So you never know what might happen next, you know.
What currently is your favorite TikTok trend right now?
You know, I don't really know if I have one right now. I just like when people use voiceovers and like, you know, they use like a voice from something else. Like the one that we just did not long ago, the one that was like, well, I do swear a little. Oh, really? Yeah. What's your favorite word? Those types of things are hilarious.
Yeah. And lastly, before we let you go and enjoy the rest of your day, what does the band love to do during, you know, your free time, or since it's just you here, what do you like to do during the off time away from the band?
My two main sources of pleasure, I would say, well, maybe three, would be I love playing golf. I've been a golfer for the last 15 years. I used to golf when I was a little kid. My grandfather was a golfer, and he taught me at a very young age. I took a few lessons. And then when my grandfather passed away, I didn't really play for like 15, 20 years. And then I started up again in my late 20s, and I live by a golf course. I love playing golf.
Oh, wow.
So I do that. I like to surf. I live by the ocean in California, so I like to go for a surf whenever I can. And I love hanging out with my kids. My kids are, you know, awesome. We go down to the river bottom. We go on hikes, take the dogs for walks, go play tennis. I just love hanging out with them.
Any message to your fans here in the Philippines?
I would say I'm just shocked. You know, every time we go to the Philippines, we feel so much love, and we went there for the first time. I can't even remember when it was, like probably 2005 or 7 or something. We always love coming back to see you guys, and we appreciate all the love out there. I never imagine. I try to imagine myself, you know, being 14, 15, 16 years old when I was first starting being in bands. I would have never dreamed to reach places like Southeast Asia and Australia and, you know, South America. And the fact that people all the way in the Philippines are listening to Simple Plan and, you know, that love the band, it means so much to me. So thank you so much for enjoy. I'm glad people enjoy the music, and we'll always come back and see you as soon as we possibly can.
Okay, thank you so much, Pierre of Simple Plan.